No one ever warns you that the people who brought you into this world can disappear when you lose someone from yours. And no one tells you that grief can make even your own parents vanish. And not because they don't love you, but because they can't face what happened to you. Hey y'all, I'm Dee Dee, and this is Condolences Expired, where I talk about getting ghosted after the funeral. You know, there's a special kind of heartbreak that happens when your own parents step back instead of stepping in. You know, parents are supposed to be our safe place. They're supposed to be the ones who hold us when everything falls apart. But when you lose someone that's very dear to your heart, some parents just don't know how to hold the version of you that walks out of that funeral home. They don't know how to face the pain in your eyes because your grief forces them to imagine the one thing they fear the most, and that is losing you. And instead of loving you through it, they just completely avoid it. They avoid you, and you're left grieving two losses instead of just one. And the parents who are still alive, but they're emotionally gone, they claim they're busy. They claim they don't know what to say, or they want to give you space. But what they're really doing is protecting themselves from a pain they don't know how to face. And it just hits deep because these are the people who knew you, us, before the loss, before the grief. But they can no longer sit with the after you now that we are going through this grief. I remember the first holiday after my son Evan died. And, you know, of course it was the worst. Going through the very first everything after the death is the worst. No one talked about anything having to do with Evan and the death and anything. No one mentioned his name, nothing. And I was very disappointed and sad. And the following year, we didn't get invited. And the year after that, we didn't get invited. So we finally got the hint. We're no longer invited. It is what it is. And we no longer talk to them. They no longer talk to us, which is really sad. But I don't know. If your parents ghosted you, your siblings disappeared, your family became quieter instead of closer, you're not alone. And their silence does not define your value. You are grieving with a heart that has already endured the unimaginable. And you deserve love that doesn't vanish. If this episode has hit you and you want to continue this journey with me, please subscribe because that helps. It helps other people see you, me, and help them through this grief as well. Knowing what it's like to be ghosted and knowing they're not alone in this. I'm Dee Dee. This is Condolences Expired. And you do not have to walk this part alone. I'm going to be starting my podcast again within the next couple of weeks. It'll be season 2. I'm excited about that. So laugh when you can, cry when you need to. And if you're sitting alone in the quiet after everyone else has moved on, I see you. Your grief didn't expire, neither did your care for need. Share this with someone who needs to feel less alone in this grief. Until next time, be well.